This is Doggy DNA, the show where we invite dog owners of all sorts to come and discover the secrets held within the DNA of their equally diverse canine counterparts. Be prepared for surprises as we reveal their DNA results to learn about their lineage and provide a historical context for their individual behaviors, personalities, and abilities. We'll meet some wonderful dogs and hear the stories of how they found their families. And we'll even have time to play with the pups as our experts share advice on how best to nurture and train a wide variety of breeds. So sit, stay, and let's get to know humanity's furry best friend with Doggy DNA. Today on Doggy DNA, we dive deep into the fascinating herding roots of Gabby, a sweet and social dog whose playful instincts will surprise and captivate you.
She loves digging in mud and everything else.
Next, discover the irresistible charm of Lulu, the sociable and balanced pup who thrives on attention.
She was very loud, very goofy, a little shy.
Finally, get ready for fun with Koda, the goofy adventurer who thrives on outdoor activities and making new friends.
I fell asleep one day on the couch and I just woke up and he was just like, as a puppy, just nuzzled into my neck.
My name is Marion Gillespie and I brought my dog Gabby.
Hello, Marion. Welcome to the dog living room.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
And this is Gabby.
Yeah.
Hello, girl. Welcome. Marion, I would love to hear the story of how you and Gabby met.
In 2013, we had a lot of loss. We had lost our dog, our cat, and then my father passed away March 14th. After his death, we started looking online to see if we could find another dog, and we noticed Gabby. My husband looked at her and said, you know, if your father was able to send us a dog, she would be it.
Was there a moment that you feel like Gabby knew that she was your dog?
I think so, yeah. From the moment we picked her up, we actually met the person who was selling her, and she came running over to myself and my kids and my husband. She was just
instant.
Oh, absolutely.
So you've had her for a while.
Yes, 11 years.
Do you have any sort of favorite moments with her?
I think going to our cottage. She loves the water, being able to explore the beach, and she loves digging in mud and everything else. It's a lot of fun having her out there and going for the long walks.
What about her name? Did she come with her name?
The name Gabby came from my husband. He decided if I chose her and we agreed on her that he wanted to name her. So he named her Gabrielle, but we don't call her Gabrielle. We call her Gabby. I have no idea why he named her Gabrielle. He just felt she looked like a Gabrielle, so I went with it. Said, okay, sounds good.
Well, you're here today to have a DNA profile done on Gabby.
I will. Very excited.
Tell me why you wanted to have that done.
DNA on dogs is becoming more prevalent, so I was just curious, and I thought, well, yeah, why not? We were told Gabby was purebred. She didn't come with papers, so we were just curious.
Well, Marion, the next thing we're going to do is have you talk with Bianca, our expert, and she has the results of the DNA profile.
Very good. I'm excited.
Hi, Marion.
Hi.
I have Gabby's results.
I'm very excited.
Yes. So according to our DNA profile, Gabby is 100% Australian Shepherd.
No, really?
Purebred.
Wow, she is a purebred.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
We weren't sure. We thought for sure she had some Burmese just because of her size. To get the results that she's 100% Australian Shepherd, it shocked me. It's amazing. We bought her as an Australian Shepherd, didn't get any papers or anything.
Yeah.
But as she grew and we saw the size of her and, you know, obviously she's getting too many treats. But she's a large girl and she looks a lot like a Burmese as well, but it's just her coloring. So yeah, I know the family's going to be pretty stoked to hear about that.
The Australian Shepherd emerged amid the rugged beauty of frontier life as a breed that has captured the hearts of generations. With their piercing gaze and boundless energy, these dogs were bred for herding. Australian Shepherds established themselves as masters of guiding livestock with unmatched skill and determination. From ranches to rodeo arenas, they showcased their prowess, becoming legends in the Wild West. As settlers ventured forth, so did the Australian Shepherd. From the hills of Europe to the streets of Asia, their spirit knew no boundary.
She is pretty classically an Australian Shepherd.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon to see the heterochromia, which is the two different color eyes,
Yeah.
which is genetic variance, actually. It's kind of something that just happens, and it's commonly seen in a lot of herding breeds. Australian Shepherds happen to be the herding dog of choice of all cowboys, right? They're the #1 ranch dog. One thing that owners have to keep in mind when they do have an Australian Shepherd at home is that they are amazing at their job. They will want to do it to anything. They will herd cats, they will herd children, they will herd their parents, everything.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I saw it a lot when the kids were little and she would be outside playing with them and she would try to keep them together. Does it with her cat too. So it's if the cat's misbehaving, picking anything, she'll run over and stop her and move her away from the armchair or the couch. It's hilarious. I just say, go get her, Goo, and off she goes. I see it when we have other friends that bring over their dogs.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They'll also do a nipping at the hocks or heels of whatever animal they're herding. And that's really, it just goes to show how strong that trait is. It's nothing that has to be taught. It's just something that kind of comes naturally
it's
to
all
them.
natural. She's never ankle nipped humans, right? But I'll see it with animals, other dogs.
Well, isn't that interesting that she's respectful enough to a human to be like, I'm not going to nip.
Yeah.
I'm going to warn you, like, let's move it along.
Yeah.
But you've seen that in dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Herding breeds of dogs are not couch potatoes. Now, typically when they're in work mode and doing that herding, they'll do this really intense stare, which can be intimidating to the flock that they're trying to herd.
Right.
They have a lot of energy. They want to exercise every day.
Yeah.
And they're also extremely intelligent. So not only do they need that physical exercise, but they need to be mentally stimulated as well. And if not, they might become bored and maybe a little mischievous, or they might start bugging you more. Have you noticed any of that?
Yes. If we're not paying attention to her, she will cry until we come over. And it's, you play a good game of tug and war or hide and seek in the house, and she's happy for the rest of the night.
Gabby was lovely. Oh my gosh, she was a big fluff ball of just pure joy. I talked to Marion about perhaps going into some herding trials. That's something that she can find groups locally to do that, because I think she'd thrive. Really great way to kind of hone in on those skills and enjoy herself while doing that.
She's part of the family. Everybody loves her. She's a big goof. She's a lot of fun. She loves to play. She loves being with other dogs. She loves being with all our humans, all our friends. And she's just constant entertainment. She makes us laugh. She could be out for a walk on a beach and shove her head in muck and come up and just, you have to laugh because she just loves it. What Gabby means to me is just love. Gabby's changed our life. She's filled a hole that came with a lot of grief. She's my best friend and, can do anything with her and she's happy to go along.
I ended up getting a beautiful snuggle from Gabby, and gosh, hugging her was like hugging a cloud. And she's got really good energy, and it was really special. Really sweet story, really sweet pairing. It was just a pleasure to meet them.
She's a sweetheart. We just love her. Love her to pieces.
Watch as Lulu turns her keen nose into a hilarious hobby, proving she's more than just a pretty face. Tune in for a sensational episode of Doggy DNA.
My name is Ashley McGinnis, and I'm here today with my dog, Lulu.
Hi, Ashley.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet
and
you
welcome
too.
to this beautiful girl. This is Lulu, and she may not stay sitting very long, but that's okay. So, Ashley, tell me how Lulu came into your life.
I actually brought her over from the Czech Republic. She was just a baby. It had been a dream breed of mine for years. The opportunity came up and I couldn't say no.
That would be a long adventure for her.
It was. She had a stopover in France and Toronto, and then she came to us. So when I first brought Lulu home, it was quite chaotic. She was very loud, very goofy, a little shy. She had just come on 3 different plane rides, and that was a big change for her.
Was it right when you saw her that you really felt like, okay, she's mine? Or did you already feel that before you met her for the first time?
So funny enough, when the breeder told me that she was mine, her litter name actually turned out to be Ashley. So like from day one, I was like, this is my girl.
Okay, that's pretty serendipitous. Yeah. So how did you pick her name Lulu then? Because she was Ashley?
Yeah, so I tried to stick with an A name. So originally it's Allure. And then she needed a nickname because she was just so goofy. She wasn't as royalty as she looked. So I went with Lulu for short.
Okay.
My favorite things about Lulu would be how goofy she is. She's very dramatic. She's very much a Russian princess. In the household, we have 5 dogs. Lulu is very much so the motherly one of them. So every puppy that comes into our house, Lulu is the one that gets to raise them and make the rules.
So you mentioned that Lulu's a little bit of a goof. Are there any behaviors that make you really curious about, I wonder why she does that?
Yeah. When you listen to people talk about sighthounds, they always sound so serious and elegant and quiet. And she was nothing like that when she came over from the Czech Republic. Right from the get-go, she broke every stereotype I had thought I knew about sighthounds. Right?
Yeah.
She will cry for her supper. She rolled around upside down in the grass. Like all of the things you don't expect out of what's called a Russian wolfhound. I always wondered if it's a European thing. Could it be just the different lines from somewhere else and they just breed for different temperaments, or if it's just her being special?
What was so special about this breed that you wanted to bring her all the way from the Czech Republic?
The Borzoi has always been something really special to me, partly because I've always liked really fast dogs. Like I like the speed, I like the intensity of them. And then I met a Borzoi and I absolutely fell in love with her.
Why did you want to have the DNA profile done on Lulu?
Despite being a sighthound who's supposed to use her eyes, her heart and soul is in using her nose. And I'm kind of interested to explore that a little bit and see why that is.
Well, the results are in. So the next thing we're going to have you do is talk to our expert. And we're going to find out all about Lulu.
Amazing. I'm so excited.
Welcome, Ashley. Are you excited for your results?
So excited.
It is determined that Lulu is 100% Borzoi, which is also commonly known as a Russian wolfhound. So what do you think about the results?
I'm not surprised, but I am a little relieved at the same time. I always wondered if just because she is so quirky that maybe something slipped in the lines, but
Yeah.
It's good to know. I figured she was going to be 100% Borzoi, but it's always good to hear it anyway, and it means that we can look a little deeper into her behaviors and why she is how she is.
Lulu's ancestry stretches back to 17th century Russia, where a majestic pup, the Borzoi, first appeared. Originating from ancient Russian nobility, these graceful hounds were bred for one purpose: coursing game. As Russia expanded its borders, so too did the Borzoi. These regal hounds accompanied aristocrats and diplomats across Europe. In France, they were revered as symbols of sophistication and elegance, while in England, they found favor among royalty and nobility alike.
I know that Ashley was expecting Lulu to be 100% Borzoi, so I'm glad that she was. Lulu definitely has characteristics that reflect the results. There's definitely a nature versus nurture aspect to it too, where she's developed her own set of personality traits as well. So I know you weren't necessarily super surprised about the results. What do you know about Borzois?
Borzoi are primarily sighthounds that are used to hunting in packs. Way long ago when they first were bred, they were used for like hunting deer, hunting wolves. They are meant to be fast, but I wanted to dig into why Lulu seems to be not quite what the text usually says.
Borzoi dogs are known for their athletics, the way that they're able to run for long periods of time. You did mention that they are known for their sight, which they absolutely are, but one thing about this breed is that they have a very keen sense of smell, which is crucial for scent detection work. Because of their stature of their nose, they actually have the ability to use a lot of scent in their intellectual play. I also brought out a snuffle mat, which was new to her, and she showed her determination through that. She did not stop until she found every single treat. And we hid treats around the playroom just to see what she would be able to find, and she found every single one with ease, and she was extremely happy about it.
It was really nice to talk with Cassidy about the behaviors around her scent training. She is a hunting breed, but it doesn't necessarily just rely on her eyes. It also brings in that nose factor.
They really need a job, And that job is either being done using their sight, their scent detection, or both at the same time. So training-wise, it's suggested that they are given jobs where they can pursue those natural instincts, some of them being agility courses, puzzle games. Borzois are also very independent, which could lead them to becoming quite large personalities, which Lulu seems to have. So what traits does Lulu show that kind of matches the Borzoi characteristics?
She's definitely got the social part down. She's very much loves her pack at home. She's definitely the leader of our pack. But then the things that really stick out is like her scenting ability. Like she really wants to use her nose more so than her eyes. She's also a trick dog champion. So she actually loves working and doing tricks, different difficulties, and that tends to be not what people think of sighthounds doing. She is super gentle. She is also just a special soul in that she's very clingy, actually. She very much wants to be with her people and also her family.
It was great meeting Ashley and Lulu. To see the personality quirks that she had, the relationship between her and Laura was incredible. Ashley and her partner took on the responsibility of a purebred that has so many different needs, and they developed a really good bond.
Lulu means the absolute world to me. She is a dream dog that came across the ocean all the way to be here. We've already had 8 long years together of absolute adventure and fun.
Next on Doggy DNA, is it a bear? Is it a boat? No, it's Koda. With paws that paddle and a heart that's pure gold, this mixed breed marvel loves to make a splash.
My name's Jason Horton, and today I brought my dog Koda with me.
So Jason, how did you meet Koda?
My girlfriend went with her aunt to look at puppies, and next thing I know, I'm getting these cute puppy photos to my phone, and I made the mistake of asking, how much are the puppies? It was kind of, I guess, her way of saying, oh, he wants a dog. And now here we are. We have a dog, and I love him to pieces. I didn't think I was ready for a dog or that I would be a good dog owner, but now that I have dogs in my life, I don't think I could go back.
So what was it like then the first time you actually saw him?
I was shocked at how big he was, right? Like when I saw him, he was like maybe this big. And then when we got him, he was almost 20 pounds, right? At 4 weeks old. So it's like, oh my God. We were actually terrified that he was gonna be like a 150-pound monster.
So how heavy is he now?
He's about 110 pounds, give or take, depending. He gets a little thicker in the winter, but then normally summertime, he's a big swimmer.
Yeah.
So he'll lean out in the summertime, so.
Okay. And how did you pick his name?
It's actually one of my partner's favorite characters from a movie. We were originally gonna call him Miles. For the longest time, it was gonna be Miles, and then suddenly she's like, well, how about Koda? And we're like, okay, yeah, he's probably gonna be big. I think the moment I realized that Koda was my dog is I fell asleep one day on the couch and I just woke up and he was just like, as a puppy, just nuzzled into my neck. And yeah, that was like, okay.
So let's talk a little bit about Koda's behaviors.
Okay.
You mentioned that he loves to swim.
Yes.
Does he have any sort of weirder things that he does that makes you really wonder about his breed?
He's a big sniffer. He sniffs everything. And other than that, he loves the water.
Yeah.
Loves the rain.
Yeah.
Oh God, does he love the snow.
And what is some of the things that you've come to love the most about Koda?
He's a big snuggle bomb, and you know, it's a great excuse to get outdoors, and you know, he loves to swim, yeah.
Yeah. How about hiking, running?
Yeah, he likes
Playing.
to hike. We've taken him on plenty of trails.
Yeah.
And then the next day, he very much matches your energy. So if you want to go hike and do whatever, he's good for that. As soon as it snows out for the first time in the season, he just becomes a puppy again.
Adorable,
Yeah.
big puppy. Well, you're here to have a DNA profile done on Koda.
Yes.
Why did you want to have that done?
We wanted to get Koda DNA profiled because I think that's important for like health benefits and just making sure that we're doing the correct activities to keep him healthy and happy.
What are you hoping to get out of the results?
And we know he's got a big chunk of noof in him, so which would explain why, like, he's got web feet. I remember we went to the beach once and my partner, she was snorkeling, and as soon as she put her head in the water, you just had to get to her, and it's almost like he thought she was drowning and he was trying to save her. We figure that's the Newfoundland in him.
Well, I can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Hi, Jason.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm well.
Good. I have some results for Koda.
Perfect.
Are you excited?
Of course.
Okay. You had suspicions of the Newfoundland dog.
Yeah, so mom is allegedly a Bernese and Newfoundland mix. So
Okay. So we have Koda's results. We have 24% golden retriever.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's the biggest?
24%. Then we have 76%
Okay.
of Koda is a Newfoundland dog.
No shocks there.
Yeah, you called it.
Yeah, you look at them. Every time we go out, Newfoundland? Yeah, Newfoundland mix, right? So
Bred from a mix of Irish and English dogs brought over to the New World by European settlers, Newfoundland dogs like Koda were prized for their ability to haul fishing nets and retrieve objects from the water with their unmatched swimming prowess. In the 19th century, Newfoundland dogs gained international recognition for their life-saving. Stories of these courageous canines leaping into icy waters to rescue shipwreck survivors and stranded travelers earned them the title of the gentle giants of the sea.
Koda's results for his DNA profile was surprising and not surprising. So not surprising because the Newfoundland dog, we suspected that, and visually it's there, and but the golden retriever. So that was really interesting because he definitely doesn't look golden, that's for sure, but he definitely has retriever traits. So Jason talked a lot about how he loves to go in the water, grab the stick and bring it back and do it again and again and again, which is very classic of retrievers. And I had asked Jason, I said, does Koda have webbed feet? And I was like, please say yes, because I'll feel really silly if you're like, no.
we had a pretty good idea what we were gonna hear today. There's no major bombshells, so that's good.
So the golden retriever happens to be a breed of dog that in what's called the sporting group of dog. And then we have the Newfoundland dog, which is considered a working breed. So they were originally made to help fishermen, whether it's to help pull back the fishing nets or go retrieve fish. They were really into the water.
Yes.
You see that with
Yes,
Koda, correct?
absolutely. Oh yeah.
They love the water,
Yeah.
so I definitely encourage you to continue with the waterworks.
Yes.
And there's actually these kind of like competitive sports that you can do where I think it's called dock work or dock jumping.
We've actually taken him dock diving. He's not good at so like the competitive aspect would be when they're running down the ramp and then jumping. He's a bit of a scaredy cat for that.
A common characteristic that Newfoundland dogs will also have when it comes to their behavior and their demeanor is they're known to be very human-like. They'll have human-like emotions and human-like bonds. Golden retrievers happen to be some of the most popular dogs because of the bond that they'll have with their people. Have you ever noticed any of that in Koda?
He's basically a 3-year-old toddler, you know, so he has temper tantrums, he gets upset. It's very easy to paint what emotion he is having.
And you must also see that when it comes to his love and loyalty for his family.
Yeah, I have a 10-year-old nephew. He absolutely loves him.
They're amazing with children because they want to protect and guard.
Bianca was great. Not so much any surprises, but just reassurance and very informative and just knowing that we're doing the right things.
It was very clear to see the beautiful connection between Jason and Koda. I think he needs to be a therapy dog. You could see Koda read the room and he's so expressive and kind. I was watching him with Laura and it was just so sweet. I think he would just do so great. So I was talking with Jason that you really need to dive into this because I think he would do so good. And he agreed because the bond with them is so clear.
Koda has changed my life. He forces me to go outside when I would really rather not. It's good for me, it's good for my mental health, exercise. And it's just, no matter how bad your day is, there's always a wagging tail at the door. Koda means everything. It's really hard to put into words. A big piece of your life you never knew you were missing until you get it.